Yo guys, Nadex here again with another video. Today we'll be going over what we believe to be the best slash worst DPS specs going into Dragonflight. I say we because to help with this I've got a special guest with me today, Mattyb, who's had extensive experience on the beta. So he has a bit more of a better idea as to what the meta will shape into or look like going into season 1 of Dragonflight. With that being said, I'm not going to waste too much more time. Please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment if you enjoy the content. It just lets me know that you guys obviously enjoy that and to do more stuff of this matter. With that being said, let's hop straight into it. Yo, Maddie, you here?
Hello.
Alright, buddy. I have got
Alright,
the
bro.
tier list up. I'm gonna share my screen with you.
Nice.
Hopefully you can see that.
Hey, yo, look at that count.
Oh, whoa, you can see that too? Shit. God damn it.
Sheesh.
Focus on the tier list. The focus is on the tier list, not on the count. Okay, buddy? Keep it in your
No,
pants. Keep it in your pants.
uh,
Great. So,
I'll try.
starting off, we've got Unholy Death Knight. How do you feel about that one, Maddie?
Broken.
Do you
Okay, maybe not broken, but both DK specs high A tier for sure.
why are we thinking that? Just based on what?
Big Dam, very tanky. 3 schools of CC. Um, what more do you need, really?
Sounds like a pretty good reason, I guess. Fair enough. Fair enough. DH, Havoc, lots.
Oh, nice. You got the S plus tier ready for the DH. Nice.
Yep.
Whack it in there.
Okay.
The best DPS spec in the game.
Does unhealable down. Feel like it doesn't really die. Yeah, I would.
Unhealable Dam, 8 second fear for whatever reason. Blizzard decided that was a good thing to point the game.
I mean,
Stuns, in caps, darkness, netherwalk, blur, 100k DPS. What more can you ask for?
great. I think that would be a good reason for it to be an S plus tier. Cool. Fire Mage.
Where's F? We need an F tier for fire.
Ah, I can't be bothered
F
to.
for fire mage. Okay, fuck it. Put it in D tier then.
I mean, it does a lot of damage, but it just doesn't. What is it lacking? I don't
It
know.
does it does okay damage. It did just get So it just got Fireball, just got nerfed, and Pyroblast just got buffed. So maybe it will find some kind of comp that it can play and be like a combustion bot like Shadowlands.
Hmm.
But other than that, it's pretty garbage.
Pretty garbage. Okay. Arcane?
Pretty garbo. I think it's A tier for sure. Big fucking damn.
Lots of
Arcane's
mobility.
basically like the other two specs, if they were good, you know.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I've seen a bit of Arcane on the pre-patch, and it's looking pretty solid. So I can agree with this for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can also Arcane blast people for like 80% of the HP, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, who wouldn't want that for their class? Honestly, I mean, it's pretty
I
fine.
mean,
Seems fine.
definitely enjoyable for everyone.
Would agree with that. Frost Mage. How are you feeling about this one?
Garbage. Probably C tier, not as bad as fire.
Not as bad as Fire, but still pretty bad.
It was probably B tier because they found a build where you could do big damage with Ice Lance,
Right.
but then they nerfed Ice Lance. So yeah,
Lovely. Cool.
yeah, pretty C tier.
C
It's
tier.
definitely not. It's not like completely useless like fire. Like it's okay. You can kind of play it, but it's not very good.
Okay, that's fair. Moving on to Hunters, Beast Mastery being the first one. How do you feel about this?
Um, I feel there's not many good BM hunters on beta, but I think BM is actually like A tier, like maybe low A tier.
If
Like it does disgusting damage.
yeah, I mean, when has BM not done disgusting damage, right?
Yeah, it's like completely disgusting damage that BM's doing right now.
And they've got a lot of, well, a bit more defenses as well, so it makes them even. Yeah, I would say A tier is fair, honestly. How about their counterpart, Marksman?
MM, Um, I don't think it's very good. I'd probably say like high C tier,
High
maybe
C
like
tier.
above Frost Mage.
Doesn't do that much damage, I guess. Or
I
like what?
mean, like it does a bit of damage. It did get some nerfs. I think to be fair, I think aim shot either got buffed or is about to get buffed, so maybe it'll become a bit better. But
Mm, for now,
from what I've seen, it doesn't really do much damage.
okay. I think that
I
was
mean,
the only
not
thing it had going
like
for
it
it.
does, but that's it. It's like if you live the one shot, then it does nothing. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. I think.
Right. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. And how about survival? Is that still um the best hunter spec out of the three?
But survival's like really insane. I swear.
Mm. Good
Um,
damage, good defensives, I imagine.
I'd put it probably in between DKs and Arcane Mage.
Somewhere like here,
I
yeah.
think it's better than BM. Yeah, like it's doing a lot of the kill shots hitting like 90 to 100k, and
Yeah.
it's just doing a lot of damage. I've seen Mongoose by crit 90k as well.
Jesus, man. This is looking to
It
be
looks a lot like it looks a lot like Shadowlands Survival Hunter. Not in like the the playstyle, because I know the playstyles are different. Like a decent amount of things has changed, but in the sense that like it just pumps.
right. Okay. I mean, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair, I'd say. Um, how about druids? Feral druid, to be specific.
um, I think Feral's S tier still.
Okay.
I think it was S tier for a while. I think it's not as good as it was, but it's still really insane.
Still doing
Like
lots of
it's
damage. Still never dies.
yeah, pretty tanky, insane. That like the damage is insane, especially if they get to cleave, and especially against like Demolocks and stuff where they can primal wrath all the pets.
Right.
They just get non-stop like bite procs and stuff.
That
Um,
sounds fun.
yeah, I think Feral's S tier. Feral's is really like really insane right now
Really
in
solid.
solo.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
probably it's probably like low S tier.
Okay. Cool. Low S tier. Okay. Well, there's nothing else there, so we leave it where it is for now. How about combat? How is not combat? Sorry.
Combat
Com
is what?
outlaw. Sorry. Outlaw rogue. How is that looking?
um, I think Outlaw is still pretty good. Uh, but I've not really seen that much. The only person I've seen play Outlaw on beta is Rat, and
Right.
even then, I haven't. I've only faced him a few times. Like it seems good. Like you still have like all the CC and stuff that you did have, pretty much. I think, but you just don't do the damage isn't as disgusting as it was in Shadowlands Season 4.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that was the biggest issue now. And with that
yeah.
with that being toned down, where would you think they place on this tier list?
I don't know. I'd probably say high B. Probably high B tier.
High B.
Potentially like low A tier, but it's hard to know.
Hmm.
But I think high B is fair.
Okay. And how about assassination? How's that one looking?
Again, it's hard to tell because right now with the bug dampening, assassination is like the best spec in the game because of double shiv. Because like you just don't heal anything into shiv plus double dipping dampening.
But I
So right
mean,
now I'd put Asa in like S tier.
just like imagine it. Well, try to imagine it without the double dipping happening. Just like a normal game. Well, normal quote unquote.
It's still pretty insane because you still have double shiv with hemotoxin, which
Yeah.
is just like so broken.
And so even
Uh,
even if they fix the double dipping happening, you think that asset would still be in an S tier spec.
yeah, yeah, 'cause it's so broken. Like shiv's a 25-second cooldown, and you have two charges, and it lasts for 8 seconds.
Mm.
So like you can literally have. I'm pretty sure you can have more than 50% uptime on 40% mortal strike.
Yeah, you're almost like a Fury Warrior. Just
Um, yeah, like it's really dumb. They honestly need to like do something about 40% mortal strike effects, I think, especially since it's buff dampening. I'd say Asta's like high A tier then.
high A tier.
Assuming the dampening bug got fixed, I think a Asa is still like really insane.
Yeah, I would say a high A is fine. I think S might be a stretch just because defensively
Right
they're not
now they're
quite
definitely
there.
S, but yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree putting it in high A is fine. And how about the last rogue spec, sub subtlety? What are we saying about that?
I mean, so we said this yesterday, but sub is like it's not a very good solo class
Yeah,
unless you're playing at like rank one MR where everyone's actually really good and they realize, hey, that's a sub rogue on our team. Let's not fuck up his DRs and let's like play around him doing his goes and stuff.
yeah,
Other than that, you're just gonna get your teammates are just gonna int your games and like mess up your DRs and stuff, and it's gonna be painful. But I think on ladder, sub is gonna be really insane because their kit is like just so gross.
yeah. They've got quite a lot now. Double vanish, access to gouge. Um,
The main thing I swear is the double vanish CDR. Like it's so
right.
broken.
Yeah, the shadow dust talent on the subtree towards the bottom. Yeah, right before the rotten.
Yeah, I mean they can get. I'm pretty. Can you get blind on a minute cooldown? What's the cooldown on vanish? Is it 1 minute or is it two?
It's 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. They probably no. They can't get it on.
No, I think
But
I
they
think
can get it 1 minute. They can get it 1 minute 20 cooldown still though, which is pretty
exactly,
insane.
which is pretty. That's even better than outlaw. You know, if they want to use it
Yeah,
back to back. I mean, you
and
don't.
just like as sub, like the way sub plays, being able to CDR blind as sub and like unalign it with people's trinkets, it is going to be so like broken.
So
I swear.
broken. Yeah, I can see that. So just based on that information, where would you place them in this list?
Right now, I'd say maybe like if we're talking about only solo shuffle, I'd probably say like a low B, but overall, I'd say like low A. I
Low
think it might
A.
end up being even better, but for now, I think low A is fair.
Yeah, I would say that. Just I think generally speaking, all the specs we look at them as overall, like both in shuffle and both in on ladder as well. So, I think that's fair. Moving on to Druid, the only real DPS spec on Druid, balance. How do you think that one's faring out currently?
Balance is balance is pretty bad. Doesn't really do much. The
Like,
whole spec got reworked, like they reworked the mastery and the way a bunch of stuff like interacts, I think, and it was like really broken. So they nerfed it after like a few days, I think, and then it
right.
became like really bad. But then it was I think some Boomy players found like a build where you could do like huge AoE damage with Starfall and stuff, but then Starfall got nerfed, so
Mm,
I actually don't know if Boomies are capable of doing damage anymore.
not looking good for
um,
them. So,
yeah, I'd probably put it below Frost Mage to be honest.
really better than fire?
I think it's still better than Fire Mage. Yeah, I haven't seen any Fire Mage, and every single mage that I've seen or spoke to says that Fire is the worst spec in the game. So
Yeah.
I'll take the word for it.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on to the new class. Well, yeah, the new class, Evoker. I think it's Devastation. I've seen you play a bit of Evoker. I know you play Preservation, but so
Yeah, I've not played the DPS spec, but I've played against it and with it a lot, and it basically does nothing. Like on paper, it's just a worse mage or a worse warlock, but right now it's super overtuned. So like, it's actually kind of good right now because it just one shots people.
yeah,
So
okay,
like, but if it doesn't one shot anyone, then it doesn't really do anything. Like you have a fear on a 15-second cooldown, and you have a 3-second stun on a 2-minute cooldown, which
mm,
you have to spec into,
right,
and you have a kick on a 40-second cooldown, and you can reduce it to 20 if you spec into it,
right.
and that's basically it. That's your whole kit.
So, assuming that Devastation does get tuned properly and is doing decent damage competitive to all the other specs, where would you put that?
I'd say right now it's probably like a high B, just because it literally wins. Like you can actually do well on it right now by just because like you can kind of consistently one shot people.
Right,
Like
okay,
but Assuming that gets nerfed, which it probably will, I think the spec will become pretty useless. I think it'll be like a high C. It might even be a low C. Yeah, I'd probably just put it above MM for now.
Okay, okay, that's fair. Um, then moving on to monks, windwalkers. I mean, is there much to say about this? Is it the same as Shadowlands? What's going on?
Uh, yeah, Windwalker's still doing disgusting damage. It got a nerf to like every ability, but it's still like I've faced good monks on beta. Like I don't know if it's actually Cutie Pie, but there's a monk called Cutie Pie, and he was like doing big pump,
Yeah.
like insane damage. There's also another monk whose name I don't know who he is, but he also does disgusting damage. So it's
Okay.
definitely pretty good. It's definitely pretty good.
And
I'd
defensively.
say defensively it's good as well. Or like on paper it is. Obviously monks don't have any like passive damage reductions. Like outside of cooldowns like wall and stuff, they are really squishy, but
You're right.
you do
Okay.
have a lot of defensives now. Like you have wall, dampen harm, diffuse magic, double port. Um
So
you also have a lot more healing as Windwalker now, I think.
yeah, you've got access to like soothing mist and statue, I believe. But also on paper they look fine. So just imagine it in the hands of a capable player. Where would you think this spec ranks?
I think assuming it's like a good monk, I'd say honestly like low A, probably like above sub rogue, in between sub rogue and BM, somewhere around there.
Okay, I can see that being the case for sure.
Like
Um,
it still does disgusting damage, like really gross damage.
yeah, I've seen some clips on some streams on Twitch, and yeah, they still are capable of doing some insane burst, which is, I mean, that's like been their class for a while now, so it would be kind of weird if
Yeah,
they
they
lost
have
that.
like five abilities that hit for 100k each, so
Oh,
it's pretty
great!
good.
Sounds fun. I can't wait for that.
Like,
Um,
yeah, man.
Ret Paladin. This is probably like the worst hybrid, but talk to me. What are we thinking about this one?
So you know what's funny? I was playing beta today, and I was facing Athelman. I don't know if you know him. He's from Snoopy
No.
Street. And he's found a new rep build that's completely disgusting. Like he's one-shotting entire teams with Divine Toll.
Oh, really?
So do we want to rank it based on the fact that this new build has just been discovered where you literally just one-shot everyone, or do we want to rank it assuming that it's gonna get nerfed?
Yeah, I think just rank it assuming that things do get patched and balanced out, as we expect, but obviously that's probably not going to be the case. But just as assume that it's going to be smoothened out.
I don't see how much assuming can we do. Honestly,
Yeah.
I like yesterday we put it in a high B, but after seeing what I saw today, it's at least A as it is right now.
Mm. Mm.
Um, they have a new talent. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what new talent's called. It's basically like a new spell. I think it's like a 15-second cooldown,
Mhm.
and you can crit people like 250k with it.
Holy shit. Uh,
Also, judgment is hitting for like 2/3 of your HP. Like it's completely like broken right now, to be honest.
huh.
Um,
Hmm. I understand. We can't do too much assuming. I mean, this could go live in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks
I'd say
time.
low A. I'd say low A for now, honestly.
Low
I
A.
would say I would say high B, but like I saw things today.
Things you probably never forget.
Yeah, like I actually got PTSD from those games.
Cool. Okay. Well, enjoy that.
Yeah.
And moving on to the only DPS spec for pre-Shadow. How's that one looking?
Shadow's S tier for sure. Shadow's insane.
Yeah, I feel like it's quite a well-rounded caster. I mean, it's not as
Yeah.
tanky as Warlock, but I feel like it does have a lot of utility in kit of both offensively and defensively. So
Yeah. It just does a lot of damage. It has a lot of cooldowns. Um, and Siphene is really broken right now.
oh
I
yeah.
think Siphene has like obviously like in solo like big MS effects are really good, and Siphon has like 60, 70k health. I think it's like it takes like 2, 3, 4 globals to kill a Siphon. Like it's really broken.
And yeah, even more if they're good and they shield it or try to like do
Yeah,
anything
and you
like that.
shield and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow's just really insane overall right now.
Yeah, I can see the two classes in S tier, pairing up and doing some disgusting things in Dragonflight, but we'll leave that to the xpac and see what happens.
Yeah, FPS is going to be really insane. All they need to do is bring back symbiosis, and the feral gets dispersed, and yeah, there you go.
Oh, please, God, no. Thank you very much. But before we speak that into reality, let's move
I'd put
on
it
to.
above feral, by the way. Put it above feral.
Oh,
I think
really?
it's definitely. I think it's definitely better than feral.
Hmm.
Maybe like not by a mile, but I would say it is better than feral.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So shamans, Ellie shamans, how are they pairing up?
Ellie's really disgusting right now. Like it just got buffed and it's doing really like stupid damage on beta. Like it was Ellie was like fairly well balanced,
Mm-hmm.
damage wise, but then they buffed it. I don't know if it was banned in PvE or what, but like now it's hitting way too hard. Like lava bursts are hitting for like 60k. So like an overloaded lava burst, you're looking at like 100k. And then like Earthshock is critting almost 200k. Ellie Blast is critting 300k.
I mean,
Um,
sounds pretty balanced though. Don't you think?
yeah. The only problem with Ellie is the same problem it's had for a while, at least like throughout Shadowlands, is where it's just really easy to run down because like all you have really is wall, and then after that you kind of just die.
Yeah. So I
Um,
I guess we'll be seeing them pair up with warlocks as usual.
yeah, but LSD is, dude, yeah, LSD is gonna be insane. Actually, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
You do have some more stuff now, like Earth Grab and double shields and gust of wind.
Mm.
Um, and you can like purge and drop totems and stuff while you're in Ghost Wolf, but I think it's still pretty easy to like run Ellie's down. So
Yeah, especially with like the mobility a lot of DPS have now. So
yeah, damage alone, honestly, damage alone, I would probably right now put it in S plus, but I think overall it's like high A.
high A. Would you say like
Like
hair above Asa or maybe like
I think
hair?
below Asta, in between Asta and the DKs.
Okay. Okay.
Like
Interesting.
Ellie right now is like out damaging like Athlete Warlocks and
Holy shit.
stuff.
And
I mean, the
that's
only thing that out damages Ellie is Demon Hunters. Or maybe like a feral that's like doing a lot of cleave. I don't know.
okay. Okay, cool. And how about enhance? Are they kind of in the same boat doing a lot of damage or
Okay, so enhance, like we said, like we said, Blizzard did a dum dum and nerfed the entire class by 25% for some reason because they were one shotting people because of one talent. Blizzard was like, okay, we'll just nerf everything by 25%. So now all of their abilities basically do no damage. But the one thing that was the problem is still a problem because the modifiers on that talent are just so insane that even after a 25% nerf, it's they're still hitting people for 200k.
right? And that
Uh, so
and
now they're in a spot where none of the spells do damage apart from when they randomly one shot someone.
one shot somebody. Okay. And how about defensively? Like are they kind of like the same situation as Ellie
Um,
or
they're a little bit in the same, but obviously they're melee, so
mhm.
it's not as bad. Um, like they can still do damage. They can still do everything they would normally do while being like run down and stuff,
Yeah.
unlike Ellie can.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
overall, I'd say like it's like a low B now.
a low B.
Because yeah, it'd be a C probably, but if it wasn't for the fact they can still like pretty much one shot people if they get like a Ellie Blast crit or whatever.
Okay. I would say that's kind of fair. Um
Yeah.
Then moving on to your favorite class, a warlock. First,
Woohoo!
first up being affliction. How? I mean, do we even have to talk about this one? I feel like everyone knows.
Yeah, I feel like everyone, no one's gonna be surprised by this. Affliction is not S plus.
You
I
don't?
would put Affliction in S. I'd put it in S, above Shadow Priest for sure. I think.
Can I
I
even?
think it's at the top of S tier.
I can't even move the shit. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
just
that's it. Just disgusting damage, disgusting self healing. I mean, they have nerfed it a bit now. They have a bit less healing. They nerfed Dark Pact. I mean, it's Dark Pact's still insane, but it's
yep.
nerfed a
Uh,
little bit, I suppose. But the damage is just, I don't know. The
almost
damage is
unhittable. If
way
not
too
the
much. Yeah, it's way too much.
Yep. I think if it goes live like this,
Um,
it's gonna be
it's gonna
absolutely
be
insane.
Yeah, and if when Warlocks are strong in season one, that's a bad sign. I feel
Yeah,
like
like
because
casters
Warlocks are
like
normally yeah, like casters in general are normally not very good at the start, and then as the seasons go on and you get
yeah,
more stats, they get better and better. But
exactly.
Warlocks just being S tier right off the bat is a bit scary.
I
What
I
can you,
I
what can you do?
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to get rotted away, honestly.
Yeah, man.
How about Demo? How's that one looking?
I actually think Demo might be S plus. I think it might be up there with Demon Hunter. Like Demo is disgusting right now.
And what are the kind of factors that make it S plus in your eyes?
Um, it's just insanely tanky, and it just the pets just do unhealable damage,
I
and
think
it's like the damage just isn't really avoidable either, right? Because it's all coming from NPCs. I mean, you can try and line them, but they're gonna run you down.
yeah,
It's Tyrant isn't even doing that much. Tyrant's not the problem anymore. Like Tyrant is like one of the lowest like damage
DPS.
dealing pets.
I think
Like so, it doesn't really matter if you kick or line Tyrant. Like it's the other pets that are doing the
yeah,
damage. Like
exactly. I think Tyra itself might not be threatening, but I feel like the damage buff it gives to your other pets
oh yeah, the damage buff
is
as well. Yeah, yeah,
is what probably is the biggest thing. I think you were talking about how you were like behind a pillar versus Gelu or somebody one time
yeah.
and getting 1v3 by three of his pets and just getting fucked.
Yeah, I was actually behind a pillar and I couldn't out heal the three pets that were hitting me. It was only three pets hitting me, and they almost killed me through me just like standing there healing myself. Like it's really dumb.
That's
And like I said, the Blaze Storm from the Felguard is like really overtuned. Like it hit me 50k. Like one tick of the Blaze Storm, 50k.
god damn.
That's
God.
not okay.
I mean, you would say that, but I mean, I'm sure any Warlock player is pretty happy with how Demo is at the moment. Um, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Also the Pit Lord, the new talent Pit Lord, that does disgusting damage. It's like a truck.
right, yeah, I think I've seen that in play a few times on Galu's stream, and it does
Yeah,
indeed hit like a truck. Um,
yeah.
so S plus, I think I can agree with
Yeah.
that too.
And also just the fact that it just gives you a sensory overload. Like your screen is just filled with piss. It's just it's so it's
Yeah, you just if you don't have that minor nameplate option turn off, just GG to your computer, blue screen.
yeah, I don't know if it's a bug, but right now on beta, all the pets, like the imps and everything, are now minions and not minor. So like the
Oh,
nameplates are all there, even if you have minor turned off. I don't know if that's a
oh
bug or if it's
no,
intended, but if it's intended, I'm probably gonna um commit not alive in game.
God, man. I think I might join you with that. Let me know and
Yeah,
we can do it together, man. It's fine.
yeah.
Last Warlock spec, Destro. How about that one?
Uh, Destro's pretty mediocre. I'd probably put it like um maybe low B. I'd probably put it low B, probably in between Outlaw and Hounds.
Yeah,
Like it does okay damage. Like it's not insane. Like Chaos Bolt doesn't
doesn't
really
hit
hit very
that much.
hard.
Yeah, I've seen some of the gameplay, and honestly, it does seem like the only meh Warlock spec. The other two seem like compared to the other two. I mean, it just seems
Yeah, the other two are just
outclassed.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like defensively it's still there. You probably have
it's still got
even
defenses.
even more even more utility for that, but just
Yeah.
offensively it's just not keeping up. So I think B is pretty fair
Yeah.
for that.
Seems like there are builds where you can still do a little bit of damage, like Incinerate and Conflag, and I've even seen Shadowburn doing a lot of damage, but
Mm.
yeah, the Chaos Ball doesn't really do anything. But to be fair, Chaos Ball is quite easy to get off now, I feel like. Like it's quite a
Yeah.
fast cast time,
Yeah.
right? And it's kind of like spammable. Like old Chaos Ball, it was like a long cast time. It was hard to get one off, but when you did, it would hit hard.
Yeah.
I feel like if Chaos Ball hit really hard right now with how sort of easy they are to get off, it might be a bit.
overtuned.
a bit broken.
Okay, so I guess with the how easy it is to get off now, the damage it's doing is pretty fair, I guess.
I think maybe it could hit a bit harder, but yeah, overall, Destro's pretty mediocre at best.
Okay, cool. And the last but not least spec, well, class out there, warrior. Starting with arms. How's that one looking?
Okay, I mean, Warrior uh, is actually pretty good. I know everyone says it's bad, but I've faced decent Warriors on beta, and it's really not that bad. Like they do a lot of damage.
Hmm.
I don't know who is spreading this rumor that Warriors don't do damage right now. Maybe in pre-patch they don't, but on beta they definitely do damage.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. And damage in compared to other specs. How is it like competing or is it kind of lagging behind a little bit?
so arms, arms does a lot of burst damage. Like it does very big burst. Um, its consistent damage isn't that insane, but it's still like not terrible.
Okay.
I've also faced Joe, and Joe plays like a Ren build, and Ren does like really insane damage. Like he was topping damage playing this like Ren build, just putting up bleeds on everyone. I don't know how good a build like that would be, but
Mm.
it was doing a lot of damage at least. But arms, I'll probably put arms like high B tier at least. It might end up being better because obviously it has a lot of utility and stuff, and good arms players will like make it work.
Okay. And
Um, but Fury is like really fucking gross right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, has it changed much or evolved much since Shadowlands? I mean, I know they've
I
kept.
mean, it has a lot of new stuff. Like, there's like a lot of talents and stuff, but like, it still just boils down to rolling your face on the keyboard and pressing two buttons.
Okay, okay.
Um, but it's doing Fury's doing like insane damage on beta. I don't know who's saying it isn't, but it's pumping on beta.
Mm, mm.
Um, and the fact that it has Slaughterhouse makes it like at least A tier by default, just because of the dampening buffs.
Yeah, I just I feel like it's probably the spec that's evolved the least or kept pretty much the same exact gameplay that it did in Shadowlands, honestly. Which is a little bit disappointing. I was hoping that things would be a little bit different, but I mean, Fury Warrior players mains probably won't complain about this one. Um, so defensively, they're pretty tanky, even more I think than before, and offensively they do insane damage. So where would you put this one?
Um, I would put it in A tier for sure. Probably after like Survival Hunter, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, maybe higher, but I'm not sure. I don't know, between DK and Fury Warrior. Fury might just be better just because of Slaughterhouse. I'm not sure.
yeah. I would say actually I don't know because DK has a lot of stuff now.
Yeah,
They have
DKs are really good right now.
like I said, they had the stun, the silence, the blinding sleet. They have a lot of stuff to just throw at you. And warrior is just like a zug run you down and kind of eventually kill you.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the thing with Warrior is like it is just so easy to play as well,
yeah.
which is why it's still good.
Hmm. I
I
think
mean, not
just
Arms, but I
because
mean Fury.
no,
Fury is easy to play.
of course. But I think just because of the amount of stuff DK has, I think where warrior is, I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Somewhere around there is pretty fair.
Yeah. So I think that that's everything. I think we've completed the predictions on what we think the meta will look like going into Dragonfly, and honestly, I think it's pretty accurate. I feel like
Yeah,
a lot of specs are pretty good. I think the only spec that's pretty much not unplayable, but just really not keeping up is fire. And who knows, maybe someone finds something out with that. But
yeah.
I
I
just
mean, to
wanted
be fair, I actually haven't really. I don't think I've faced a single fire mage in Shuffle on beta. So like, I can't really speak from like experience, but I've
right.
seen Like I've seen them do duels, and I've seen what every single like good mage player says about the spec, and they all say it's like it is literally like borderline unplayable.
Unplayable. Okay. I mean,
So
fair enough. I mean, after Shadowlands, they were pretty much kings, and now they've just fallen to the sewers pretty much. Well, I mean, who knows? This might change. Things are most definitely going to change in the next few weeks before the xpac goes live. But I think one or two things in this list will stay the same. But only time will tell, I guess. Um, I mean, we've already gone so far. Like, is it, like what we're at 35 minutes now. So, I'm gonna just say thank you, Maddie, for all the help and all the insight. I really couldn't have done it without you. Like, I have no beta access, as you already know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so
unlucky.
my opinion would have been literally pointless and useless in this list. So thank you for the help, man.
No worries. I mean, obviously, this list is probably going to change by the time the expansion comes out because they've just done that PvP with the blues or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that was to get a taste, so the devs could get a taste like what PvP was looking like, so they could make balance changes. I would like to assume that was like the purpose of that. So like maybe there's like PvP tuning like on the way now.
Yeah. Fingers
Um,
crossed. We can always
so
hope
this
and
this
pray.
list will probably change based on like tuning, but as of right now, I'd say this is pretty fair.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty accurate. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? They may have done the BGs just to have some fun. They may have done it to like you said tune things. Hopefully that is the case. We can only hope and pray, but only time will tell. And if anything does change, we may do another one if Maddie's up for it.
I mean, we can do another one, yeah.
Great, cool.
We could do one like after the season starts and the meta like settles a bit.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks again for the help, Maddie. We'll take it from here.
No problem.
Thank you, man. 1 second. Well, guys, that will bring us to the end of this particular video. Again, really big thanks to Maddie for helping out with this one. I honestly could not have done it without him. And I think we actually got it pretty fair, just based on what I've seen in pre-patch and seen on streams and whatnot. This does look like a pretty accurate tier list. Obviously, if you have any opinions that may differ, maybe you don't agree with some of the placement of some specs, please let me know in the comments. Roast me, tell me, hey, you're an idiot. This spec is definitely not this tier. It's definitely this tier or that tier. And yeah, we can all have a debate in the comments. But thank you again for watching. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Nadex out. Peace.